Let me talk to him.
Talk to him, boy.
I'm speaking to the trenches on this one, man.
Right.
Listen to me. Come on. Lost a couple friends to the trenches. The same one that call you bros, they be hissing. Listen to Young and listen. They only round you cause they fishing. Trying to trick you out your spot, they only mission.
Right.
Pay attention. They be jealous of your vision. And secret competition. Baby mom fucking opposition. If it ain't broke, then why fix it?
Why?
And if you broke, you better fix it. You type different, stop fucking with them misfits. You dismissed. In the streets, they all counterfeit. Facts. These niggas catching snitch fits. Knowing damn well he told. Saying the paperwork was a misprint. Stop recording, nigga, ride.
Stop it.
Stop the comments, nigga, slide. We from the same side. If you a bitch, nigga, step aside. It's 1090, and you be on the block getting high.
That's crazy.
Narcs planted drugs on my man. It was like a gram. He sat in a can, grabbed a lawyer for like 10 bands.
Yo, this is your man, Kilogram. You Better Not Lie podcast. We back with episode 19. It's party time. I got my man in the building, the number one host, Kev, the number one host, straight out of Wilbur section. Host, what's good? What's shaking out there, host?
What's going on, Graham? How you doing, man?
We've been trying to line this up for a minute. You got canceled last time because of the snow.
Because of the weather, yeah.
We back.
We back.
You on your Harlem shit today with the green fur? That's how you giving it up?
No, we gotta come fly, baby.
I respect that.
Yeah.
We got Jay Santiago in the building, the stunt dummy for Juicy Jalene. Hey, check her out. Look just like Juicy a little bit, right?
Here we
Okay,
go.
listen, here we go. Juicy couldn't make it today. She's sick, and she took a little
I
vacation
was looking
day.
forward to meeting Juicy Jalene.
Right. But guess what? We came with reinforcements.
That's right.
Look at her. You know what I do. I'm the Spanish guru.
Oh, here we go.
You hear me? All right, anyway, like I told you, we got Jay Santiago. We got Kev, the number one host in the building. Host,
What's up, man?
straight out of People's Podcast.
That's right.
Correct?
That's right.
You washed or how we rocking today?
We ain't never washed.
We ain't
baby.
never washed out here? Okay, well, that's the camera. I want you to make sure you're looking at the camera.
Okay, yeah.
That's what we
ain't-
paid for. That's
Yeah,
what
we ain't-
I got them set up on you.
We ain't never washed,
You
baby.
feel me?
You feel me?
All right, so listen real quick, host,
Okay.
man. I want to this is the segment of the show where I give you your flowers while you can smell them. Okay? So Kevin, the number one
all we
host, is one of the number one party promoters. I put Mercer County on there, but I'm gonna say Burlington County, Camden County. I'm gonna put Atlantic City on there. Every time you throw a party, it seems to sell out. But not only are you a party promoter, you're a father,
That's right.
social media expert,
That's right.
manager to some artists. You know how to get niggas on the radio. I'm
Facts.
gonna holler at you after the show. Also, you know what I mean? One thing is, you're a good friend to me. You like my little brother.
That's right.
And we tapped in, and we've been rocking ever since. You feel
That's
me?
right. That's right.
All right, cool. So tell the people what side of Trenton you claiming, man.
I'm from Wilbur section, man. Trenton, New Jersey, Garfield Avenue.
Right.
Shout out to the whole GCL, man.
That's right. 100 block?
Nah, that's Walnut.
Okay,
right?
that's Walnut?
That's
Okay.
my hood too, though.
Okay.
But my actual strip, I'm from Garfield, GCL area, Garfield, Cleveland, and Logan. They
Okay.
all right behind each other. So that's my neck of the woods right
All right, so tell me,
Yeah.
what was it like growing up in Garfield?
Well, you know, any urban community, but like in my hood, like, you know what I mean? I actually missed the brotherhood I had with my bros when we was young, when we was kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not like that nowadays. It's like
Okay.
you got guys in the same neighborhood, same street, don't even speak, don't get along. Some of them ain't beefing with each other. But
Right.
like when I was young, when I was in school, like I just told a story on my show last week because
Right.
Sino had brought one of the guys and his crew that I was beefing with
Right.
from another side of the town. And it was just like, yo, me and my guys, we all stuck together. Like, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't do no sucker shit.
Right.
Like niggas would call you out. Like we used to fight crazy, like riots,
Right.
big gang. Like if a riot break out, you had to be in the mix.
Mm.
You had to be seen in the area in the crowd. You couldn't like disperse because if cats found out you like tried to get away from the shit, like they was on your ass, like
That's
you gonna
right.
get clowned, all that shit. Like
Okay, so did you came up? You had to before you stepped outside on the porch, like when you was outside, you had to get your knuckle game sharp.
Yeah, you
So
definitely
you took some L's, gave some W's.
Especially with the mouth that I got, I always been. This ain't just start now. I always been like a guy who you know what I mean, talk a lot of shit.
I think it's because your brother was 6'5", so
Yeah,
you knew that you could always go get Big Rob.
Not only that, people don't understand. Me and my brother fought all the time, right?
Right.
So my brother was 6'5". He was always been big as hell, so he whooping my ass in the house. So if I'm getting my ass whooped by a nigga who's 6'5" in the house,
You ready?
I'm ready for any of these little niggas that's my size in the street. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But that's how
That's
it was
right.
back then. Now
That's right. Let's stay right there. Tell the world right now how many siblings you got.
I got 3 brothers.
Okay.
And I got a host of siblings on my dad's side of the family.
Right.
But on that I actually grew up with on my mom's side, I got 3 brothers, 1 older and 2 younger.
Okay, all right. So, speaking of your dad, tell me a little bit about your parents. Like, if you had to break it down in a nutshell, like, you know, what was it like growing up with moms? Because I know you, so I know your father wasn't too present. But just for people that's watching that may not know your story, can you kind of like break it down?
Rest in peace to my dad. My dad died last summer.
Sorry to hear.
Shout out to Nick. That was my dad.
Okay.
I didn't meet my dad till I was 15. I'm 33 now. I ain't meet him till I was 15.
Wow.
I don't know what he had going on with my mom. You know what I mean? I don't fault him no more than I fought her. I feel like they both equally wrong for that.
Right.
But I met him at 15, and you know he was cool. He was more like a friend than a dad. You know what I mean? He wasn't never really. I can't really say he was ever a father to me, even after I met him. But you know he was cool. I ain't, you know what I mean, try to dwell on the past. But you know he was an older guy in a motorcycle club.
Okay, Cycle Kings.
Cycle
right?
Kings, yeah.
Okay,
He loved
all right,
women.
All right, yeah.
He loved money and women. Like
Damn, so chip off the old block.
Yeah.
Because you a ladies' man too. We're gonna talk about that later though.
Right.
So
I would never would have guessed.
yeah, he's that. Don't let that quiet. He looked like Big Sean, but don't let that fool you. Cause he got some shit with him. You feel me? We're gonna dive in later. All right, okay, so we already talked about you growing up in Wilbur section. We talked about your parents. Your dad used to own a hair salon too, right?
Yeah.
What's the name
Nick's
of it?
hair design.
Okay, Nick's Hair Design. Is it still up and running now that he's gone?
It was a complicated situation that happened with that because me and my siblings supposed to take over that spot. We was the became the legal owners after he passed, but
Okay.
you know what I mean, that's it's some shit that happened with that. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll talk about that
Right.
on another show.
Right.
All right, so what type of student was the number one host growing up? Like in high school, not high school, I don't want to skip. Elementary school, did you get good grades? What was you played any sports? Talk to the streets about that.
I played basketball. I was always in basketball. I obviously like football. I never wanted to play football because of the injuries.
Okay.
But I definitely was a basketball guy.
It was nice because you was short. Like, you was nice.
I had a gang with me.
They
Especially
just called you out. Sure.
especially coming. Nah, it's cool though. But especially coming from the neighborhood that I came from, playing in the park, we had wars
Right.
in the park. Especially shout out to my boy Jermaine Barber, my childhood friend. He lived next door to me. Everybody used to always be in his backyard when we was young. So we had wars. I didn't make my middle school team. Right, I got cut. And still to this day, I told the coach, like, yo, the dude you picked, he not better than me. Like, I'll bust his ass.
That's host too.
Yeah,
you went up to him and told him that?
Yeah, I told him
What'd
that.
he do?
There's no way. He disagreed, but I'm like, yo, this dude, so I didn't make the team, but we play these guys in the rec leagues.
Right.
That was separate from the school. And I used to bust these niggas' ass, the niggas that made the school. Trenton High, my freshman year, I didn't make the team. I think I was getting in trouble. That was the first year we had freedom. People don't understand. It's a big difference from middle school to high school.
Right.
And I don't know about other high schools, but when you get to Trenton High, nobody was enforcing you to go to class. If you just wanted to walk hallways and shit all day, you could do that.
And your parents
It
didn't
was
get
like,
notifications.
I felt like it was college. Like,
Right.
So when
Now
I got
you
to
get
ninth grade, I was
notifications.
wilding. You feel what I'm saying? So I slacked on my grades.
Right.
My ninth grade year in high school was the only year from kindergarten all the way up to high school graduation I didn't get good grades. I was always an honor roll student my whole life. That was the only year, but that's because I was being hard-headed.
So when did you get your shit together and be like, I got to buckle down and graduate?
The very next year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
the very next year I got right back on.
You had a favorite teacher? Shout him out.
My first grade teacher, Mrs. Hep.
Nigga went back from high school. I'm talking about the high school.
Oh, in high school?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Nah,
you gotta-
because
nigga said,
my
fuck these
first grade
teachers in high
teacher
school,
still
yeah.
to this day is my number one of all time.
Yeah, so
Mrs. Hep.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Is
I
she
love
still
her.
alive?
She still teaching?
Yeah, she's still alive.
She's still around?
You
She
ever
doesn't
pulled up
teach
on
no
her?
more. I can't find her. I don't know where
Okay.
she at. I can't find her, but I love that lady, man. She did a lot for me. Even years later, I was communicating with her, but
Oh,
we
see,
lost
that's what's up.
communication.
Right.
My seventh grade teacher, Mrs. Masterson, in junior and middle school, I still keep in contact with her to this day. We Facebook friends. We talk to each other.
Nothing really happened to her.
She's just recently retired a couple years ago. She was one of my favorites. And shout out to Cynthia Mason, my 5th grade teacher. I hated her when I had her, but I love her now. But I think she just recently retired too. But those are probably my 3 favorites.
All right, my nigga, get some of that ginger ale up in you, man.
Okay.
You feel me? Just, you know what I mean? I want my boy to be relaxed because we doing a lot of talking today. You heard?
Right.
All right, real quick, I'm going to set this up because, you know, I'm going to let people know real quick how I met Kev. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on the internet one day, and it's some duck-ass nigga coming for me on the internet, like, fuck Kilogram, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So, I'm handling my own shit. I'm busting right back, you know, saying my little threats on the gram and Twitter, whatever we was on. But then I see this name said Kev, the #1 host, like, going at the dude, too. Like, nah, y'all not going to talk about Graham. He a legend. So I seen that shit. I said, who the fuck is this nigga? So I go to his profile and I said, oh, okay. You know what I mean? The nigga coming to my aid. That's love. So I see him start getting in the mix back and forth words with the person that we talking about. So I'm like, bet. All right, that's what's up. So then me and him link and I say, yo, that was dope. You know, that you stood up for me. Da-da-da-da-da. He was like, nah, you a legend. I hate when niggas try to get out on niggas. They don't want to show no respect. You my man. You feel me?
How long ago was this?
This was 2011?
11 or 12, one of them, yeah.
11 or 12. So from that point on, you know, I think he texted me or something or inboxed me and said, yo, I do party promotions. I do social media, you know, marketing. I could help you out. We can help each other. So we just hit the ground running. We started running around shooting videos together. He was promoting me on his social media. He taught me some tricks and trades of social media, how to promote myself, make myself look bigger than I am. You feel me? So at the end of the day, I always wanted to tell you, I salute you. And I said it on the People's Podcast.
Yes, you did.
But we have a different audience. So
Right.
I want them to understand the connection.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you always been a stand-up brother when it came to defending my name or us defending each other.
That's right.
So I salute you on
That's
that.
really how it should be.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, so let's talk about some smoke.
Okay.
Your name on social media at times, due to sometimes no fault of your own and to sometimes some fault of your own, has been dragged in the media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, memes. People have said things about the #1 host due to failed relationships, business dealings going wrong, and people have got out on you on social media. What do you say to those people? Do you say it's not my fault, or do you play a part in some of those things that was happening?
I don't want to say I play a part, and I don't want to say it's not my fault. It's just the game that I signed up for.
Right.
So I'm a fire sign. I'm a Leo.
Right.
Oh, boy.
I'm a controversial figure because of what I do. I'm very outspoken.
Right.
I think if my character, or my personality wasn't so outspoken,
Right.
people probably wouldn't feel the need to combat me as much.
Yeah.
But because I am who I am, people always feel like, nah, man, they gotta try to prove me wrong or can't wait for me to fail
Right.
or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like, obviously, like you're right. You hit the nail right on it. Like, it's like I'm one of the I'm so popular now in my city, right?
Right.
If something goes wrong with me, like let me tell you how deep it is, right? If I get pulled over in my city, and like I'm outside the car, I'm in the car, and the cops like it's just like running me, like I can almost guarantee you somebody's going something as simple as that and very common. Somebody, if they notice that it was me, will probably record it and put it on the internet, just because it's me.
Yeah.
That's just how bad it is. Like, you feel what I'm saying? You know what I
But
mean?
speak to the fact that
So,
let's bring Jay Santiago up to speed.
Right.
What I mean by slander, because she probably be like, well, what? I never seen it because she from Cherry Hill. She,
Okay.
You know what I mean? So she's never seen
Right.
or heard. I don't know Cherry Hill. I just
I'm
guess.
under a rock.
But
Okay.
what, you want to put some respect on your name?
I'm
Where
just
you
saying
from?
I'm from around the way.
Oh, from around the way.
Right.
Cool, but you haven't been privy to the
Right.
slander. So I want to bring you up to speed
Okay.
because you better not lie. So people have said things like, okay, the host
Under the porch.
was sleeping under the porch.
Right.
The host was homeless. The host got caught in a female's house and they made a big deal of it.
Right.
Speak to those things. And,
Well,
like that.
I had a couple of relationships that I dealt with toxic women.
right.
And these are we're in the era now when the generation, especially these toxic women, these young girls, they get mad and they want to slander you on social media when they get
Right.
mad. It's a lot of women that do that, and it's a shame. And they lie on you. They don't even speak facts. So
Right.
I had a relationship that I dealt with one girl years ago.
Okay.
And it went left, and she actually stole something from me. She stole my phone.
Right.
But when I guess she thought that I was gonna put the story out there first, or she knew I was gonna cut her off, so she decided to go on social media and say all these crazy ass things about it. And like I said, because I am who I am, once she said it, you're gonna have a couple people shooting me bail, but everybody gonna run with it, laugh or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying, say little shit. And then also dated another girl, 2014, 2015, around that time.
Right.
We broke up. Like, we got a million pictures together. Everybody knew we was together. People used to like think we was a dope couple.
Right.
But then when we broke up, you know what I mean, she went left with the social media shit and made up a whole story about me sleeping under her porch or whatever. Do I look like a guy that would sleep under the porch? Like, I ain't just fly today. I'm always been like a fly guy. Like, come on. Like, you know
She like, look. She
I mean,
like,
you could have
I'ma
been sleeping
stay-
under the porch with,
With your
dressed.
fur on?
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
You
Nah,
gotta be warm.
But yeah, so when that happened, that actually went viral. And I was incarcerated at the time. Not even because of that situation. I had a probation violation or whatever. And I wasn't able to defend myself. So I had to like let that story sit, and people just form their own opinion about it.
Yeah, they
and
ran with
I wasn't able to even say nothing until like a year later. You feel what I'm saying?
So a year later, do you go back and say,
Oh, I
I
did.
want to speak
yeah.
on?
And that was
He
against
came home like Johnny Cochran. He was like this on Facebook. I just got home. Here's my paperwork.
Right.
The following things
And
that
that was
were
against
alleged
the
about
advice.
me are not true. You know what I mean?
And that was against the advice of people like my bro
Right.
Kilogram and family and friends. They didn't want me to
because
address
because it
They didn't
kind of
want-
shows
everybody
that you
told me
have to
no.
defend yourself, and at
Nah,
some point you
something
gotta
like
be
that, you
okay
had
with
to-
people
Listen,
talking about
I
you.
came home a year later. My mom was extremely upset with me because I got locked back up again by explaining myself. You know what I'm saying? It was that deep. It got me back in trouble again. But guess what I told my mom when I got locked back up? I said, I stand on what I did. I don't regret it. It's gonna pay off in the long run.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna
All
pay
right.
off in the long run.
So let's stay right there. So I think you answered that well, and you gave the viewers some history of what you're going through. Because now, with every tragedy is a triumph. You know what I mean? So would you consider that like cyberbullying in a way? Like, do you look at it like that? Us being from the hood, do we look at it like it's like bullying in a way?
It's technically is cyberbullying,
Yeah.
but I don't feel like nobody bullied me because I'm not a weak nigga.
Right.
Feel what I'm saying? But it's technically is cyberbullying.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So like what they did through me, we can't even explain it to you to make you understand. But
Right.
I will say this though. If you was not a mentally strong person, the way that they slandered my name in 2015 on the internet, you might have would have committed suicide. That's how bad it was. This went on for not no 1 or 2 days. From what I understand, this went on for like a month. Every single day, hundreds of people tagging you, clowning you. Just imagine like you can't fight. That's too many people. You
So
feel
then
what
how
I'm
did
saying?
you get through that?
I wasn't home. I wasn't able to see it.
Right.
But if I was
That's
home,
why you dressed it a year later. Okay.
if I was home, it wouldn't have went that deep because I would have been able to put the facts out there ASAP. They would have nipped that shit in the bud.
Yeah.
Feel what I'm
All right,
saying?
so real quick, we don't got to spend too much time
Yeah.
on that. But the
Right.
prison, you going down, I think you said you did 2 years. Going down
Right.
for the prison was strictly a violation.
Yeah, I was on probation for 3 years, and I was almost done.
Yeah.
And I was going through a hardship in my personal life, and I
Right.
decided to move to Atlanta. I had an opportunity. Probation gave me the green light to go down there.
Right.
But I had to. It's a lot of paperwork and shit you gotta fill out and get permission from Georgia and all that shit.
Right.
So when I went down there and did all that, until my probation was complete, I still had to report to my officer in Jersey.
Right.
So he had me come up. I think I came up to do Marty Smalls, and I was supposed to go back. I only bought clothes for a couple weeks.
Right.
For whatever reason, he didn't want me to go back. He told me his supervisor said no. We got into a huge argument, and I kind of screamed on him down in the office. But he ended up violating me.
Right.
Which, even when the probation officer violates you, it's protocol. They gotta bring you back to court. He
Right.
doesn't have the authority to send me to prison. So I guess he sent a notice out, and he sent the notice to my ex house, and he knew I didn't live there anymore.
Right.
I never got it, and because we were beefing at the time, she never told me. So I'm around with a warrant for my arrest all this time. I never know until the day that me and her actually had something blow up, and then that's when I was arrested. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
So you've openly expressed about being homeless at one point. Like,
Yes.
walk us through that. What was that like for you?
It was tough, man, because I didn't have to be homeless. I come from a good family. My family got money. I got a lot of friends and business partners that got money. That would have, if I could, like, if I didn't have no money right now, I could leave out of here and call somebody like, yo, I need $1,000. I got people that would do that for me. Or I need a place to stay. I was ashamed because of who I was to tell somebody that I was going through that. I was embarrassed. So I didn't tell anybody. I kept it to myself and I just dealt with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I had nights where I'm sleeping in the train station and, you know what I mean, I got my hoodie over my face so can't nobody see me, and then I get up.
Stay right there.
Yeah.
So you remember this though. This is one of the top party promoters in the city of Trenton who is sleeping in the train station or sleeping at a friend's house or somewhere where he don't have nowhere to go. He had, like you said, he has a solid family, but just standing on principles and things like that, you know, you have to make your own decisions. So I can understand how you feeling like, damn, I don't want nobody to find out that I'm here because
My family knew.
Yeah.
My mom did, but at that time, me and her was going through something. They kind of like turned their back on me at that time. So they knew. A lot of my friends and other people didn't know.
Right.
So what was a pivotal moment like for you to kind of pretty much pick yourself back up and get on?
Well,
the
when I went to
streets?
prison, for the 2 years and I came home from prison homeless. My mom didn't want to let me stay there. And we told this story on my platform. Graham was the one who put the money up for me to stay in a motel in Burlington for a couple of days. And then he plugged me with, he knew somebody that worked at a job that I'm actually still at to this day. And from there, and then I threw a welcome home party and then sold out, and then I threw another one, and I've been doing my thing ever since.
So do you think, real quick, do you think that you had to go through that in order to be where you are now?
No, I don't think I had to go through that, but I think that it was it definitely it humbled me to a certain point to where it's like me going through that. It made me a better person because I promised myself I would never ever allow myself to get back to that situation ever again. Ever.
Right. All right, so like I said, with the tragedy come the triumph.
Mm-hmm.
All the slander,
Mm-hmm.
all the don't fuck with Kev, the #1 host. But when you throw a flyer on Facebook, say my party is going to be here, and it sells out, how can we even speak to that? That the same people that slander you are now calling your phone to get tickets to the party.
That's crazy, right? Because that whenever there's some shit going on social media,
Right.
with me, you will see people like arguing about that. Like, yo, y'all talking shit about this man, but y'all come to his party. I never could figure that out. That's why it's like, it's not real hate. It's just people just want to like, you feel what I'm saying?
Jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, because if you don't know somebody, you can't dislike them. Because a lot of people they know of me, don't really know me. Like Kilogram knows me. That's my bro. You know what I mean? My friends and family, they know me. But most of the people that come to the events, they don't know me. They just know my name. Or, you know what I mean, know what I look like. They just know of me. So, we talked about, I think, shout out to Big O. He made a post about this the other day about support. And it was a couple people on there. When you give the people a product or you selling something that they have no choice but to support you. I throw some of the hottest parties.
Right.
I deal with some of the baddest females in the area.
Don't skip. We got a question later on. We're going to get to that. Don't skip.
So it's like, even if you feel like you don't like me or you don't want to fuck with me, you ain't got no choice but to come because this shit lit. You want to be in this motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so take me to the feeling of the night of the party. You fresh.
Okay.
Your host fresh.
Okay.
The DJ playing that shit. You see about 10 niggas that walk through the door that you know made memes.
Oh, I get a kick out of that, Grant.
I was gonna say,
I
but
get a
like,
kick out of that. Hey, let me tell you something. The last party I did before this COVID shit, well, it was actually during COVID. We weren't even really allowed to do it, but we got it off. I did it in July, 4th of July at El Portico. Shout out to Pretty Tsunami because she did it with me, right?
Right.
And
Gang in the building.
Yeah, shout out to DMG, the whole Pretty gang. But she it was a girl that came and bought tickets, right? Who I was surprised. She called me, she met me at my house, she bought the tickets. And she didn't want one. She wanted like 4 or 5 of them. So I asked her, because I know who she hang with, people that don't like me.
Right.
So I said, who are these other tickets for? So she started smiling in the car. She said, Kev, they told me not to tell you. But I'm going to tell you anyway. She said, it's for such and such and such and such. she named people that
Right, that don't fuck with you.
that don't
like
fuck
that.
with me. It's clear that they don't fuck with
They
me.
just
They
suckers.
made memes and talk shit about me. She said they didn't feel like you would sell them the tickets. I said, nah, yeah, come get the. So I'm just like,
Come spend your money.
I thought that was dope. I thought that was funny, right? And I seen them in the party at one point. I walked over. Guess what I did? I walked right over to them, the girls that I know that didn't like me or whatever, and I said, how y'all doing? Thanks for coming out. You know what I'm saying?
And that was your way of just letting them
Yeah.
know.
But I feel like
You
that's
just-
the best satisfaction.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm
All right, we reached a segment of the show called Question of the Day. I love when I get these type of crazy questions. And I had a fan inbox me, and they know what they said, host?
What they say?
Because you represent the people's podcast, so you for the people.
Right.
So this girl that I know, she inboxed me a message about this long. And I didn't know how to take it at first because she was like, hey, I don't support your podcast because I feel like you don't ask enough women-related questions. She said, I feel like everything's driven more
Talking about
towards-"
you.
She's talking about me.
Okay.
Yeah, I said that you represent the people. So even with my podcast, I always ask the people to tap in and give me questions.
Right.
So Clarita Brown from Marlton said, Kevin, you don't ask women-related questions. Everything's driven towards the streets and guys. We want to hear something for the women. So I said, well, thank you for your input. What question do you have for my question of the day? Since you said that, my question of the day is always street shit. So she said, think about this scenario, host. If you had a good woman at home, she cooked, she cleaned, she busted open for you, giving you that good, gushy. But you cheated on her.
Okay.
She loved you so much. She loved you like cooked food. She took you back. But 6 months later, she found somebody at her job. And she cheated. Could you take her back?
No, absolutely not.
She took you back, bro.
I don't care.
Double standard.
It might be a double standard, but she didn't have to take me back. I ain't hold a gun to her
You
head.
ain't, but you know you begged. You said, listen, I fucked
Right,
up. You know
right.
what I mean?
So, but I
And cried.
I can't. I
Right.
cannot still claim a girl that cheated on me. I can't do it.
No,
You
say
let
it.
her know-
Say what you're going to say.
I can't do it.
Stay
Say
right
what you're-
there. Jay Santiago, you had a good man.
I've been through this before.
He cheated.
Mm-hmm.
You took him back because you love him like cooked food. Then you seen his brother like,
What? Don't say.
not me. You seen another brother and you thought he was kind of cute. You cheat and y'all hooked up. He found out. He seen some text messages in your phone.
And got sick.
Can you go to him begging him to forgive you? Do you say, hey, we're even?
Well, it really depends on if I want to be with that other dude,
Right.
or if I want to be back with, my main one. So
Does it depend on the sex? Who has the better sex?
well, overall,
Okay. What about
well,
longevity?
If that's
you paying
trash,
the bills?
then obviously no.
So if you cheating is trash, you going back home.
Yeah.
Hey, Graham, see, I've been the dude that I done mess with girls
Mm-hmm.
that have boyfriends, and they was still giving me the pussy anyway, right?
Right.
But I seen a couple of them girls got caught.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
They went back.
And it's like, yo, a couple of the niggas reached out, talked little shit to
Yeah.
me, and this, over the years, and I'll be like, yo, how the fuck he still fucking with this bitch?
I'm gonna tell you why. If you got kids, you got bills and shit in each other's name, and if you know you a certified slime ball on the low, and you say,
You'll
look,
go back.
I did my shit that she never caught me for. I was out in Florida with Keisha, and she ain't nothing.
But I can't, man. Once I know you done, Fab got the skit on his mixtape.
Okay.
And when the dude, he was like, yo, remember the skit? In
Right.
fact, the dude asked this girl, he was like, yo, she cheated, but the only thing he wanted to know, yo, did you suck the nigga dick? You know what I'm saying? Suck the nigga dick? So guess what she was coming? She was
What?
like, on a skit, on Fab's skit, she was like, that's a part of sex, and it was too big. I couldn't. He was like, what?
Well, see, that's the
Yo, that's
Oh,
crazy.
gonna
That's
say-
wild.
right there. That's a
disrespect.
good question.
that's gonna hurt his heart.
Say if a girl cheat and the nigga's dick is bigger than yours, you probably lost your bitch. I'm not gonna lie to you. You probably lost her. You know what I mean? What you think?
I mean, it's,
It's not but you know what? To keep it all the way G, a lot of chicks,
Yeah.
and I heard this from females.
I know
'Cause
you getting ready to say they like the little dick. Niggas.
Nah, I wasn't even gonna say
Okay,
that.
go ahead.
Just from
You like
ha-
a little-
Nah, I wasn't even gonna say that. Just from what I hear from talking to my lady friends,
Right.
right? You'll see them like all fantasize and talk about on social media about guys having the crazy size, but they really can't take that. You feel me? They prefer a nice size one.
So
they
guess
can't
what?
really take nothing all crazy.
You ain't gonna talk about too much sausage. We're gonna hear from Jay Santiago. What do you think?
Size does matter.
Size does matter. You're one of those people, because I know girls that say, I can't take a big dick. It could be small as long as you know what to do with it.
Yeah, no.
You need somebody to manhandle you. Don't.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, it has to be overall. It has to be overall. Like, there has to be like other things, like the foreplay. Like, you got to know what to do with it. Like, you can't. You know,
I respect that. You holding it down today too. I thought you was gonna be scary as hell today, but I like the way you just handling this shit. You ain't worried about who gonna slap you when you get home. I like this shit. This is good.
I'll probably be slapped.
This is good material right here. All right, cool. All right, so we already talked about the prison. We went through that. We went through your homelessness at one point, and I want to talk to you about my next question is, this is a good question I got for you. Throwing your parties. What's your biggest party that you had, and how much did you make?
The biggest one probably be going back to Conduit days when I started, but that wasn't by myself though. I had a team.
Yeah, I'm talking about. I understand those days, Voice of the Hustle and all of them. I'm talking about
me,
the
myself?
number one host biggest bag that you took home, and you like, yo, niggas don't even know I made this, and don't stunt. Keep it G. What was your biggest bag?
My birthday party 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago. The one that you came to.
Okay.
Me and Gucci Mike.
What was it?
We killed them. Me and Gucci probably made about like 14,000 a night.
Okay, and y'all split it. Y'all bust it down. That ain't bad. That's off of a party and straight promotion online.
Right.
You know what I mean? 7,000 off of a party, and that's good money for a nigga that's just coming home and just getting back acclimated with the hood. You feel me?
Right.
So that's lit. All right, so
what are some of the celebrities that you've worked with?
Erica Mena, Trina,
my baby.
K. Michelle. It's been so many, like a lot of Lil Love and hip hop. I might forget somebody.
Cassidy.
Cassidy was one of the first artists that me and my team that I was a part of, we brought to the town.
I know you had something going on in Atlantic City with DJ Envy and Power 99. Remember that? The all white party? You was hosting that?
Right. Oh yeah, DJ Envy. Shout out to DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club.
Right. Well, tell me you up here shy now. You don't know your shit.
It's been so many, Graham.
Okay, I mean, you supposed to talk your shit. I had my shit in the clip, nigga. Double XL, Source Magazine, Hip Hop Weekly.
It's been so many, but it's been a lot of DJ. Shout out to DJ Diamond Cuts, DJ Cosmic Kev,
right.
Power 99. You feel what I'm saying? I work with countless DJs, countless.
The other two new DJs that you got a good relationship on the air currently.
Shout out to DJ Caution and DJ Classic.
That's right. Let's put some respect on their name.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
All right, so more smoke. I'm going to skip ahead on this one because the people want to know. Everybody been asking me. I actually got inboxed this question.
About me?
Yeah.
Okay.
They said, ask Kev this, right? Anthony Walker, Positive Force, Splash Life, Gucci Mike. What style of promoting do they have that's different from yours? Do you think that your way is the way, or you took something from all of them? Like who is the king of the party scene in Mercer County?
Well, that's two separate questions, but
answer one at a time. Do what you may.
Okay. As far as like the style of some people came after me, so I wouldn't necessarily say anybody took anything from each other, but you got like Ant Walker, for example, right?
Yeah,
I can break it down.
There we go.
You got like Ant Walker, for example. So what he does is he doesn't throw parties as consistently as somebody like, you know what I'm saying? Most recently myself. He has his set themes that he do every year, like the all black, the boots and blazers, the all white. So you know like what month and everything to expect. But then you got other promoters who come multiple times throughout the year or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So he does his thing like that based off the themes.
Okay.
And then, he's more appealed to the
his demographic is from what age to what?
His demographic is probably about 35 and up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, you know what I'm saying? And they know what to look forward to with those themes.
So are your parties themes? Like, do you?
Sometimes, but not really. Not like that. I just, you know what I'm saying? I don't enforce the dress code like he does and everything. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Keep going. So we already talked about Ant.
Yeah,
Who's
so
next?
then you got you got Sino, you got Splash Life. Sino just started throwing parties a few years ago, or whatever the case may be. So they got a whole they market they parties with their clothes, with their brand, and it's a lot of those guys. Right. So it's not like just one. It might be like 15 guys promoting one party.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So he got a wave with that too with his party. So his parties is good. That's how he do his. Then you got Gucci Mike, not really in the town no more. So he down in Atlanta. When he was here, Gucci Mike was the only guy that I will put on my level. Okay. Like far as like somebody I could say this nigga is doing it the way I would do it, or you know what I'm saying. And then far as being like, I think that's all the promoters. Shout out to I can't forget my OG, Positive Force. Positive Force is another guy. Positive Force is well connected with the union, and he deal with a lot of at the job he work at is a lot of girls that like that's like high school up there. Right. You know what I'm saying? And he been doing it for 20 years, so he very successful, you know what I mean, at doing it his way too. Then you got, you know, like I said, myself. The way I brand myself, Kev, #1 host, I deal with a lot of beautiful women. Right. So I like the women make the party. Right. You feel what I'm saying? So I surround myself with beautiful women. They gonna everybody's bringing something to the table. Everybody got their own wave, and they bringing something to the table, and that helps make the parties pop. You know what I'm saying?
So real quick, speaking of beautiful women, right. So any of those beautiful women put money on your books, hold you down, like?
Oh, when I was incarcerated?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of support. When I always say this. I say a woman is more loyal than a man any day of the week, and I believe that from my own personal experiences, because there's been times when with the exception of guys like Kilogram, there's been times when I ain't have shit, and my female friends have come through and drop something on me way before any of these niggas would. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm sure ladies want to know, are you dating anybody? Are you
currently? Is this the whole single on these streets? Single with entanglements? What's going on?
I'm definitely single.
Okay, that means there's like 5 of them.
Yeah. He can't say that. He's definitely the old dirty host. All right, so real quick, tell me about this People podcast thing you got going on, man. You just started your podcast in Trenton. I believe y'all just hit y'all 20th episode. Congratulations on that. What motivated you real quick to start the People's Podcast?
The COVID shit that's been going on, right?
Right.
So we ain't been able to throw no events. Mm-hmm. Plus, I'm always a guy, like, aside, we didn't touch on this, but aside from me being a party promoter, I'm very social conscious. Right. You know what I mean? Socially conscious. And I always speak on social issues or whatever. Prior to me having a podcast. And I'm a very strong, opinionated person, and my opinions cause a lot of...
He ain't lying.
I was gonna say,
he's not lying.
My opinions cause a lot of controversy because I'm the nigga that will say something on Facebook that everybody really want to say, but they don't have enough balls to say it. Right. I'll say it. I don't give a fuck about the backlash.
Okay. So just real quick, because we on a time crunch, but just tell the people who's involved with this podcast. Like, you know, who's involved with your podcast and who's your audience real quick.
Shout out to DJ Books, my producer of the podcast. Right now it's just me and DJ Books. Okay. And I rotate special guest hosts weekly. Okay. Now, every Tuesday, 7 p.m. From my Facebook. Okay.
Did you want to speak to the controversy real quick about like what happened on your podcast? Yeah, there was a viral moment. It went left with you and your host.
Yeah, I had a permanent female co-host that I started the podcast with. Her name is Dominique, and we had an episode where we actually went viral. Like we made this blog, and shit was crazy. We got into a argument. We do it live. It's a live show. We got into a huge argument live on the show, and I think I was talking about. I think I was talking about
together, weren't you?
Huh?
Y'all were sleeping together.
Never.
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
everybody
say.
Said that though.
Never mix business
everybody
with
thought no. You can't never mix business.
So we were talking about got women dating older men for money, and she took offense to it, and she threw a shot at me. I caught the shot. You feel me? People that was watching it caught it. So I ain't say nothing at first, and then as I'm still trying to talk about the subject, she threw another shot. So I asked the DJ, the producer.
You don't have to talk about what you said though, because I don't want to rehash it. I don't want people to think we corny and we up here trying to rehash it.
So
you know what I mean?
I asked the producer to cut the mics out of respect for her. He wanted to be neutral. He didn't want to cut the mics, so it ended up going crazy left, and we got into I said some crazy shit to her. She said some crazy shit to me. Right. And it went viral.
It went viral. 300,000 views on this one website. I on the one Instagram account. Yeah. They took it and it just went crazy. So I told you, every good podcast has a viral moment. Right. And y'all had that moment. So, and like I said.
So y'all done?
Oh, yeah, she got fired ASAP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but shout out to Dom. Shout out to the host. Like I said, hosts know my position. But, that's people's podcast business. I don't get into it. But I think my audience, for them to get the full idea of the number one
thing
host.
I want to say real quick, though, Graham. I want everybody to know this, though, because, like I said, she got fired ASAP, but Dom was the unfortunate thing about that situation. That wasn't just somebody that was on the podcast just to be on the podcast. That was actually a good friend of mine.
Right.
So it's like I lost a friend, and that's because we haven't spoke since then. And hopefully one day,
y'all make up, and I hope y'all make up.
But I wish Dom nothing but the best. You know what I'm saying?
That's my man. All right, so this is the last segment of the show. It's called Getting Ghetto with Graham. We usually give the news to Jalene, but she's off on a vacation day, so it's called Getting Ghetto with Graham, where we bring you the latest and the greatest update on all the gossip going on in the streets. You got to know what's going on right now. Tiny and T.I. are getting nasty out here in these streets. They getting super nasty. I'm talking about baby oil, whipped cream. And they even bringing females in the room. Other females. T.I. told me he had a gun in the room. Did y'all hear about that? Did you hear about females getting guns to the head just to do the orgy?
I spoke about that on my page.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm riding with T.I. and Tiny, man.
You riding with? How you feel about that? Like if your husband come to you and say, "Hey, I want to bring in, Sharon from Basic Instinct."
You sure about this? Right? You sure?
Because you don't tell me you want to try to get large Lamar. Because he ain't coming in the room with me. Is that what that's what because you talking about? You're sure? Like you know a guy.
Sure
you know a guy?
I'm just saying, are you sure you want to do this?
Okay. All right, so how do y'all feel about that? You said you cool off of, you on T.I.'s side. You don't mind that they shared, what they do in their bedroom is their business.
It's their business. I don't believe they force nobody. See, when I spoke about this, people got to understand, if you siding with T.I., you're not saying that they didn't do the shit that they said they did. I'm just saying they ain't do nothing illegal. Right. So I feel like everybody agreed to everything.
If his wife is with it, it's a go.
And the people.
So basically they, had a third.
Yeah,
they
brought
fourth,
people
fifth,
in there.
whatever.
Yeah, but they trying to say that they force people and they drug them. You know what I mean? That's when the illegal shit come into play.
And they saying they putting them roofies in the drinks.
They took their show off
the
air. You know that, right?
I heard that. All right, so next we're gonna switch gears because like I said, we on a time crunch. The legendary boxer Leon Spinks. I don't know if any of y'all niggas is 40 in here, but I know who Leon Spinks is, and he died. 29. He was 67 years old. Leon Spinks is the only person that actually put the beats, hands and feet, on Muhammad Ali his first year of boxing. So rest in peace to the legend Leon Spinks. I wish your family the best. We're sending my condolences out from the You Better Not Lie podcast. He died of prostate cancer, and they said he had a couple other cancers going on. Okay, and last on the gossip channel is Nick. What's the name? Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon.
He's back on Wildin' Out. He begged. He pleaded. He paid a couple dollars under the table, and he's back on Wildin' Out. Mm-hmm. Do y'all think he sold out?
I was gonna say the same.
It's very possible, man.
You think he sold out?
I don't want to believe that, but it's very possible. Okay. That's suspect to me.
All right, no problem. So, in closing of the show, I want to thank you for coming on. I want to talk about your strong political ties with the mayor of Atlantic City.
Shout out to my boy Marty Smalls. Mayor. He's actually the mayor of Atlantic City. That I met Marty. 2012, 2013 through parties. Marty used to do the big all whites and down in Atlantic City in the summertime. We met on Instagram through just networking, and he put me on one of his events. Right. Sold a lot of tickets for him, and so he started rocking with me every year. So I was one of his hosts and promoters, along with some other guys, and we had a nice little strong run that we did. And the whole time he was already city councilman. Right. And he became mayor the end of last year, October 2019.
So would you say that you got the key to Atlantic City? Whenever you go to Atlantic City, you got the juice.
Nah, that's facts, because I don't know if you remember, I went to Atlantic City in the summertime, right? Right. And right after I did that party with Tsunami, and Marty came to pick me up.
Right.
And we riding through Atlantic City in his Range Rover, and I'm on live. Like, I'm riding through the city with the mayor, literally.
That's lit.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's lit.
That's
Like,
lit
when you can pull up to
Oh, so we can
Atlantic
get
City.
rooms anytime.
That's right.
Well,
Look,
you know.
Look at him doing something. If you let me join the room.
You know what?
Real creepy guy. All right, so listen. I want to thank you, host. As you can say, we got a double episode today. I thought we touched on everything.
Yeah, we ran through
this shit from top to bottom. You talked to the people about your tragedies, your triumphs, and my boy is back out here looking good, feeling good, right?
That's right.
Give the people your social media, man.
Hey, y'all can follow me on Facebook at Kevin Hines. On Facebook, you can follow me on Instagram at Kev One Host. Also, you can follow the People's Podcast on Instagram, _People's_podcast.
When is the next party, man? We doing a COVID release? Like,
Man,
when
we gotta
doing?
wait till this COVID shit. Like this you know what I'm saying?
way.
This COVID shit is kind of in the way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, cool.
So,
Any shout outs to your loved ones?
Shout out to everybody who support me, man. I appreciate it,
his
man.
10 girlfriends.
Shout out to DJ Books. You know, we live tomorrow, back on the show. You feel what I'm saying? And that's pretty much it.
This was dope. Shout out to my man from Iconic
Right.
Clothing. They was the sponsors for the day.
Right.
So, this is what we wrapping at right here. This was episode 19. It's party time with the number one host, not in the county, in the world. I said it. Fight me.
Oh, so you just starting trouble.
You don't like what I said? Pull up on me. Me and the host feel how we feel.